Hey everyone, hey everyone, hey everyone. I'm just getting everybody synced up here. So, welcome. Hi. How is everyone today? Today is Wednesday, but really doesn't matter what day you're watching this. I wanted to talk to you guys about respiratory health. So, yesterday I talked about one essential oil that I love called Breathe, and another one I call Peppermint that also is good for respiratory health. But I thought I would dive a little deeper today and give you guys a little bit more background on our respiratory health because, here in the Northern Hemisphere, it is going on winter and a lot of people are suffering from chest colds, head colds, just breathing stuff in general. But honestly, it doesn't really matter what time of year it is. If you're watching this some other time of year, people are always suffering with respiratory things, or even just laying down and you snore, and so you want help with that, right? So I thought I would just go a little deeper today about respiratory health. So to start off, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of background about who I am and why I'm even talking about this. So my name is Liz, and I have been using essential oils, doTERRA essential oils, for 6.5 years now. Wow, that's crazy. I got introduced to them when I was pregnant with my fourth child. It's crazy to me that I have 4 children, and that my youngest is 6. Crazy. So I got started using them when I was pregnant, and peppermint oil was actually the first oil that I used. But I soon discovered that I really, really like and use Breathe essential oil, also called the respiratory blend, all the time, because my kids would always get croup and that kind of barky cough that's really scary at 11 o'clock at night, and you're like, crap, my kid can't breathe, and I'm now rushing to the emergency room. And honestly, my third son, which we didn't use oils then either, had RSV when he was 6 weeks old, and that was really scary also. So, I'm not saying that I wouldn't have had to go to the hospital, but I am saying that I know that Breathe has really helped now with my children ever since we started using it, and has kept us way healthier than when we didn't use it. So, okay, before I go into more about Breathe, I wanted to say a few other things. Let's just talk for a minute about why you would even use essential oils and why they're so awesome. So, essential oils are nature's original medicine. They come from plants, and we can distill them and get the oil out of them, and then we can use them for our benefit, just like a medication would be. So doTERRA's oils are super pure, super potent, super safe, very, very effective on our bodies because they work on a cellular level. They work really on individual cells in our body to help heal them. So I like to give the example of, I have my bag of oils always with me, but they happen to be right next to me at the moment. So let's just give an example. So if this is a cell in your body, and all cells have a oily membrane around them. So if they have an oily membrane around them, they water can't penetrate into them. It protects it, right? Have you ever heard, or did you know that cells actually, viruses live inside cells? Okay, so they live in the inside of the cell. The problem is if you take a antibiotic and it's a virus that you're trying to fight, it actually cannot get into the cell because antibiotics are water-based. So I'm telling you this because when you take an oil and it penetrates into that cell, it can actually help heal that virus or make you feel better faster, get rid of the virus. You just get back up to par really, really fast, and that's amazing in my opinion. So that's how oils work. That's your biology lesson for the day. You're welcome. Okay, I'm just looking down it because I made a few notes about some of these things. So I stayed on track and I didn't waste your time today. Okay, so let's just talk about the different ways that you can use essential oils. So there's 3 different ways that you can use essential oils, and I'm going to talk more about how you would use these specifically for Respiratory Health, but right now I just wanted to give you a general idea of how you use them in case you were wondering and didn't know. So 3 different ways that you can use them. You can use them internally. So doTERRA's oils you can use internally if on the side of the bottle it says right there, supplemental facts, right? Can you read it? Supplemental facts right there on the side of the bottle. And that means that it is considered a supplement and that you can take it internally. Be aware that there are a couple of oils that doTERRA has that they don't recommend that you take internally. And the reason why is because there's a few plants that really just aren't good for you internally. But if you're using another brand of oil, please be aware that they are not usually safe to take internally. And it will probably tell you on the side of the bottle, don't take internally, or it will say for external use only, or do not ingest. So be aware of that, because all oils are not created equal. All oils are different, and there is a difference, and so we need to be really, really aware. doTERRA takes a lot of pride, for good reason, in the quality of their oils. They source them from all over the world. They put them through vigorous tests. And we want to make sure that you guys are getting the best, and doTERRA does too. And so be aware of that. If you're using an off-brand, or you went to a health food store and you got an oil, just know that, the oil industry is not regulated, and there could be other fillers and weeds, pesticides, who knows. Even if you got your oil off of, let's say, eBay or Amazon or something like that, a doTERRA oil, even those are not certified from doTERRA. So be aware of that somebody could tamper with it. If it's not coming directly from doTERRA's warehouse, you don't really know where it's coming from, honestly. So be aware of that, and know that there should be a trusted source. So if you don't have somebody helping you with essential oils, with your doTERRA oils, find somebody, find me, or find the person that you're close to that's maybe introduced you to them, and make sure that you know where they're coming from. Okay, enough about that. Okay, so I talked about internal use. Very important. I use oils internally all day long. Seriously, all day long. I have a whole protocol, and I'm not going to go into it today, but I do use them internally under my tongue, swish and swallow in my mouth. I put them in a capsule. I put them in water and drink them. All the things in my mouth. Another way that I use them is aromatically. So in a diffuser, or simply just taking the lid off the bottle and taking deep breaths of it. Or you can put some on your hand and rub your hands together and take deep breaths like that. Holy cow, that was peppermint, and that was way down into my lungs. So be aware, that you can use them aromatically. Diffusers are awesome. I wear diffuser bracelets on my wrist. So I'll put oil on this wrist right here, and then I'll rub my hands over, or my wrists over the bracelets, and then I'm wearing a diffuser all day long. How awesome is that? So there's another way. And then another way that you can use essential oils is topically. This is probably the most common way to use essential oils, is topically. So you put it on the area that's bothering you. If you have a headache, put it on your head, your neck. If you are, if you have a cut, put it on the cut. If you've got a stomach ache, put it on the stomach, wherever the area is. But another way to use them topically is on the bottom of your feet. You've got big pores. It's not so sensitive. You can put them there, put socks on. It helps warm up your feet and get into your bloodstream really fast, and can be very effective. So for kids, that's really great, because they might not swallow something, or they might be more like, oh, I don't like the smell of that. So put it on the bottom of their feet. Okay, so those are the 3 different ways. You can put them internally into your mouth, you can use them aromatically, and you can also use them topically. So there you go. All right, let's dive a little deeper into respiratory health, because that's what we came here to talk about. And I've already talked for 10 minutes about just why oils are so cool, which, is fine. Okay, so let's talk about the respiratory system in general. The respiratory system, you want your lungs to be working, right? Because that's how we actually function. If we don't breathe, we don't live. I went to a yoga class today, and the yoga teacher, if you've ever been to a yoga class, they are always talking about your breath and breathing in and breathing out, and trying to keep it very the same the entire time you're practicing yoga. And I find it really hard to keep that same breath. I forget I'm even breathing. Like, we don't even think about our breathing until we're stopped up, or where our chest is tight, or our nose is plugged, or our sinuses are bothering us, or we've got a running nose, or our throat is hurting, right? And then we start thinking, oh man, it's harder to breathe, or it hurts to breathe, or, to take that deep breath, right? So we want to make sure that we're doing regular exercise. We want to make sure that we keep the exposure to threats in the environment are down. So if there's a lot of toxins in the air, if there is, pollution in the air, sometimes they'll put pollution warnings out for certain areas. Be aware of that. Stay indoors, or get out of the area. And then the other one is using essential oils. And I'm going to talk about preventative ways that you can use essential oils, and then acute situations that you can use essential oils. So let's just talk about some of the oils that are really helpful for our respiratory health. So, you can use, there's an oil called Purify. It's a mixture of oils that can really help clean your house to get the toxins out and the bacteria out. So that is a great one to use. Wild orange is an awesome one. Arbor vitae is a really great one. Juniper berry, lime, and the On Guard product line that doTERRA has, that's really awesome. Help clean the air and clean the bacteria out of the air, so that you make sure that you've got healthy air around you, right? Which we don't always think about, just you can't see it, so you forget about it. But in this case, that bacteria is in the air. So something that I have done to help with this is I always have a diffuser going in our house. And the other thing that I do is I donate diffusers to my kids' classrooms. So if you have children and they go to school, you might think about that, because it has been very beneficial. I was just talking to one of my kids' teachers today, how much she is thankful that I gave her On Guard. Not only is she really loving the way that On Guard is helping in their classroom, but she's like, can I use it also, like, personally? I'm like, of course, it's not just for your classroom. So, she's just loving it and getting the benefits from it. So On Guard helps clean the air, get rid of that bad bacteria, helps sickness stay down. You got all those germs, all those kids, all the things. So that's definitely one way to keep the toxic load down and your respiratory health up. Okay, so something else that I wanted to talk about was allergies. Those seasonal threats with allergies, or not only with like grass and plants that might be causing allergies to you or someone but also pet allergies is also a problem. So one of my children is allergic to that kind of like a dog that maybe sheds a lot. He has a friend that the dog sheds a lot, and anytime he goes over there, he ends up getting all stuffed up and calls me and is like, oh, come pick me up, please. I need to take a shower. I need oils, all the things. And, finally I just said, let's take it before you go over there. And then he's never had a problem with it. So the point of me saying that is there are ways to help with oils to really combat seasonal threats or pet allergies. So the 3 oils that are super helpful, which is kind of a weird combo, but for some reason works amazing, is it's called Tri-Ease. doTERRA actually has it in a capsule, but the 3 oils that are in it are lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And those 3 oils together do something really magical and help our airways stay open, help the allergies go down, itchy eyes, runny nose, stopped up throat, all of the things, right? So those 3 oils are magic together. So doTERRA has made a capsule. They call it Tri-Ease. And what it is 3 drops of each of those oils in a capsule that then you can just swallow. Let's say you don't swallow pills. I have a child that doesn't swallow pills. It's very irritating. But what you do is you take, you can do 2 different things. You can put a drop of each in water and have them shoot it back. Take it like a shot. Or you can take all 3 oils, put it with a little coconut oil, rub it on the bottom of their feet. It gets into their bloodstream. Oh, there's one more way. You can put all three of those oils in a diffuser and it will actually help. So sometimes if you have an ongoing allergy problem, this actually is a problem for my father-in-law. And so at night, they put those three oils, lemon, lavender, and peppermint, 2 drops of each, in a diffuser in their bedroom, and it helps him sleep and not have allergies when he's sleeping. So that's awesome, right? So that's the Tri-Ease blend, but you can use those 3 oils in the other 2 ways, topically or aromatically if you don't want to take it internally, or if you don't swallow pills, for instance. And then the other oil blend that I wanted to make sure that we really hit on is Breathe, the Breathe essential oil, which Breathe has in it, let me just read. Breathe is the respiratory blend, so very helpful obviously for breathing. I just thought I'd read what's in it. Laurel leaf, eucalyptus, peppermint, melaleuca, lemon, cardamom, ravensara. Yeah, and ravensara. Okay, so that's a really great combo of oils that you can use. So doTERRA sells it like this. It is a little bit strong. I will put it straight on my kids, but diluting it is very helpful if you have a sensitive child to skin. Or if you're sensitive to skin. But what I like to do is put a drop or 2 on my hand, rub it on my chest, and then take the leftover that's on my hands and just breathe it in like that. The other thing that you can do is you can put a drop on your hand and you can kind of create like an inhaler, and you go and you get it all the way down into your lungs, and do that a few times if they're having like an asthma attack, or if you're just like anxiety, really stuffed up, that type of thing. You can also put it in the shower, so just sprinkling a couple of drops into the shower on the shower wall will really help in a steam shower loosen up anything that's going on in your chest or your respiratory system. And then another way that you can do it is heating up a thing of water, make water super hot, almost boiling, put a couple of drops of Breathe in it, and then almost make like a tent for yourself over the top with a towel, and just breathe in all those fumes. Be careful of your eyes because it is kind of strong, but it's really, really good for opening up your airways and relieving that pressure in your face and in your chest. So doTERRA actually has a couple other Breathe products. They have a vapor stick, and they also have it comes in a roller, which is nice. So it's pre-diluted. You can just roll it on your kid's chest or on your chest. It's very helpful. There's also something else doTERRA has, what's called respiratory drops, and they're kind of like a throat lozenge. I can't pronounce that word. And you can just suck on those, and it really helps relieve it also. Dax was having a lot of, my oldest son was having a lot of respiratory issues last night. He kept coughing when he laid down, which is kind of common because he's got that allergy thing going on. But I stuck Breathe in the diffuser. I rubbed Breathe and On Guard on his chest, and I had him take a couple of really deep breaths with my hands over his face. And honestly, within 5 minutes, he stopped coughing. So, in the diffuser was awesome, super helpful. So there you go. Okay, a couple individual oils that I just wanted to hit on. Eucalyptus. Eucalyptus can be used in times of high seasonal threats. So you can use that oil, and doTERRA has that oil by itself, and it can be really helpful. It promotes all the same things that I just talked about, and it's really good in a diffuser also. If you wanted to do Breathe with a little bit of eucalyptus even to make it even stronger, you could. Can be very helpful. Eucalyptus mixed with things like wild orange or citrus bliss are really nice, even if you're not having respiratory issues, but you just want a nice, clean, helps clean the air and bacteria and smells really good. Something like eucalyptus and citrus bliss or wild orange would be a great combo in a diffuser. Okay, so I want to challenge you guys. If you have the Breathe essential oil, if you have the peppermint, lemon, and lavender oils, I want you guys to try using them. I want you guys to do some of the things that I've talked about. I want you to get out your Breathe oil. I want you to get out these other oils, and I want you to really try to use them on you, on your kids, in these ways, because I know that even on a preventative level, meaning that I use Breathe in Lavender in our diffuser every single night. And the reason that I do that is to help us stay healthy long term. We use those oils as a preventative, not so much, Dax was sick, he wasn't even sick. He just had a little bit of a cough. It cleared up in 2 seconds. Honestly, I haven't heard him cough one time today. So keep that in mind. You can use them so that you stay healthy, but then if you're having a cough or whatever, or a cold or runny nose, you can use them like even more for, to get over your sickness even faster. So something that I do every single day, and we didn't really even talk about this, but doTERRA has a product called On Guard Soft Gels, and they are huge to stay, healthy during the sick season, when you're cold and flu. But I take them every single day, twice a day. I take them in the morning with my supplements, and I take them at night with my supplements. And the reason why I do that is as a preventative, to stay healthy. I have been traveling a ton. I'm in and off of planes. I don't even know how many times the last 4 months, 5 months. And I honestly haven't gotten sick once. And I really do believe it's because I've been doing the preventative with oils, not just treating the symptoms once they come on, but instead being proactive about it. And I do this with my children. My husband does this. I really encourage you guys to do this, because instead of, who wants to get sick and then have to treat it, right? Let's just prevent it before it even happens if we can. Now, we can't always do everything. There's things that might slip in or whatever. But we have the oils to take care of our bodies, and that's what's really important. So even though I've been talking about respiratory health in general, I'm talking about all health in general, right? I'm really talking about helping on that preventative level. So there you go. All right. Before I end, if you guys have any questions, please ask me. I would love to answer them. I would love to know how you're using these oils to really help you and your kids. Let's get interactive with this. Let's create a community with it, right? Yeah, and if you want to order these, jump on your LRP, on your loyalty reward order, and order them off your doTERRA account. If you don't have a doTERRA account and you want help setting one up, or you don't know how to log in because whoever helped you enroll and get oils to begin with isn't around, let me know and I can help you figure out how to help you. Basically what I'm saying is, really, I believe in the oils. I use the oils all the time. Seriously, I carry them with me, and they're spattered about my house all the time. And my kids know that's what we use as our foundation for taking care of our bodies. And I just want to pass that on to you guys. I want you guys to understand how important they are to use, that they are here on earth to help us, that it is nature's way, medicine to really help heal our bodies and make us feel better. So there you go. All right. Until next time, have a great day, and we will talk to you guys later. Bye.